guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how to find a dry eye specialist. I have people who reach out and say they've seen 3, 4, 5 different eye doctors who all say that they do dry eye, and they just end up getting samples of artificial tears. So I'm going to show you how I would find a dry eye specialist who really knows what they're doing, and I'm going to share some tips on ways to speed this process up so that you can find someone right now. So smash that like button, and let's take a look. Hey, what's up everyone? Dr. Joseph Allen here from the Dr. Eye Health Show, and today we're talking all about dry eye and dry eye specialists. Now, I've had a lot of people over the years ask me about, hey, do you know a dry eye specialist in like this city or that city? And it's tough. I don't know personally every eye doctor out there who treats dry eye or truly understands or knows what they're doing. And so I looked into myself, how do I recommend a doctor in someone's area where they may be living? How do you find someone that treats dry eye? But trying to dig into it myself, I figured out a couple of things that I want to show you guys how I would do it, and then just sharing a couple of tips of certain resources that may help you find someone faster, also being able to find a specific treatment you may be looking for. All right, so the first thing I would do to find a dry eye specialist near me would be I'd go into Google, type in dry eye specialist, and you could type in near me, that's what's suggested, but I actually find putting in the specific city that you live in or the nearest largest like metropolitan area. So for me, it would be St. Cloud, Minnesota. So when you type that in, you're gonna see instantly a whole bunch of ads. I just gloss over the ads personally because a lot of times it's not even in your area, or they're advertising for just general eye clinics, glasses, contacts, other services, LASIK, and not necessarily dry eye. So I skip by all of that. And then I look at the first organic search right at the top. Thankfully, in this example, my own eye clinic, which we do a lot of dry eye at our clinic, comes up first. That's at the Pinecone Vision Center. One thing that I want to kind of touch on is that when you go to these websites, it's good to at least look in to see that they offer some level of dry eye services. A lot of eye clinics, I'll say, do not know how to really advertise for themselves. They do not necessarily list their services. Hopefully, if they say dry eye, that means they'll at least offer some level of a dry eye exam or dry eye consultation, something like that. Now, thankfully, if you pull up our own website, you will see a list of what to expect. And we do have dry eye right at the top, along with other services that we offer. Now, I encourage you, wherever you live, check out the websites, click on the dry eye section, and actually read through just some of it. Perhaps they offer special treatment. Maybe they offer special diagnostics. At least on our website, we have an older video of Dr. Nick Colatrella, one of my mentors and owners of the clinic. He even has one of him showing and discussing osmolarity reader from TearLab, one of the instruments that we use. And I would personally probably dig into maybe the top 3 eye clinics that show up in the organic search, look at their website, see their feel, maybe give them a call and actually ask them what their dry eye examinations entail. Just for another example, let's say dry eye specialist, Seattle. Now, right away, I'm really happy to see this. You find dryeyemaster.com. That's Laura Perriman. She's a friend and mentor for me in the world of dry eye. So she's doing an awesome job, being that she shows up first. But even for her, I would say go to their website, look at what they talk about. Are they talking about dry eye, different dry eye products, kind of what services they offer? And hopefully they make it really easy for you to schedule an appointment. And just for another example, let's type in dry eye specialist. Let's do San Antonio, Texas, because that's where I went to school for optometry. Let's see. So right away we find Dry Eye Center of San Antonio. It's not an ad. And this is actually pretty good. If you look at this, they have a lot of information on here about dry eyes. You can meet their doctors. Hey, they even have a spot for dry eye literature. This is great. So that you can actually find blogs and information about dry eye on their website. This is actually really cool to seeing their website because they do list out a lot of things about dry eye, even ocular rosacea and Demodex. This is good information. Now, I don't know these people personally. Dr. Perriman, our clinic, the Dry Eye Center of San Antonio that I'm showing here, this is not sponsored by them. This just happens to be cool stuff. But this makes me happy that maybe if I was living in San Antonio and I had dry eye, this seems like a legit website. These people probably know what they're doing. But again, I'm just trying to highlight things that I would look for finding a dry eye specialist in your area. Now, I do want to share just 2 extra cool tips or search engines that exist that may help you refine your search in finding specific doctors or specific treatments. I think it's really useful. But I do want to just comment on one that unfortunately a lot of eye clinics, they may advertise that they do dry eye, and then you show up there and it's kind of just, again, a poor experience. It may not really feel that comprehensive. I've had a lot of people comment and say that they've gone to several eye doctors and just been very underwhelmed. And I think a reason that that happens is because there technically is no like special certification to call yourself a dry eye specialist. At least not anything specifically more than just obtaining your degree or licensure in that state to practice. Or perhaps this is something that my profession does need to step up and do, and is make like a certification or fellowship or something for a dry eye specialty. Again, because there really is no distinction between a doctor who says they're a dry eye specialist and does fluorescein staining and gives you samples of tears versus a doctor who's using a lot of different examinations and tools and offers different in-office treatments. There's no way to really differentiate that, at least not quickly and easily. So I'm sorry that this is so complicated. Okay, so now I do know 2 search engines that list dry eye doctors specifically. First of which is dryeyeDirectory.com. Now, if you go here, this is kind of like a blog site for a lot of dry eye information. You can find information about dry eye drops, symptoms, guides for treatments, things like that. But you will find like a location, and you can type in a search engine of where you're living. They show worldwide some of these people. Of course, isn't a complete list of every dry eye doctor out there, but you'll find them in Australia, United States, Europe, and you can even locate me on this list. So it's kind of cool. Now, again, it's not super comprehensive, so you may not have every eye doctor who practices dry eye in here, but it's at least a resource for you. Now, another one that I really, really like, and I think this is going to be really huge for a lot of people, is dryeyerescue.com. Now, I've kind of partnered with them on a few things, but they do not only sell dry eye products, but they have a doctor locator, which can get very comprehensive. And what I mean by comprehensive is that you can, of course, search where they may be located based on your city, your state, but then depending if the doctors completely filled it out, they will list the dry eye treatments that they offer, such as this one here in Florida offers scleral lenses, LipiFlow, intense pulse light, different amniotics, debridement, gland expression, eye drops, the different eye services that they offer, including contact lens fittings. They have equipment there, whether it be tear lab osmolarity, keratograph, inflammatory MMP9. And then what I really love is they list their insurances. If they accept Medicare, do they have like iMed, Blue Cross Blue Shield, VSP, different, medical and vision insurances. Now, since dry eye is technically a medical diagnosis, keep in mind if you're using insurance, it's going to be under your medical insurance. But I think in this case, it's good that they list their vision insurances as well, because a lot of eye clinics like to see patients for a full comprehensive exam before doing a thorough dry eye evaluation. So still, I think it's good that they're listing vision insurances, because some people may need glasses or contacts, and they can work with that. The problem I have with a lot of these search engines, including this one, is that they're not always kept up to date, and they don't always list like every doctor who could be treating dry eye. If you look on here, you can find me, but the location that I'm listed under is like over 1.5 years old. Like, I haven't worked at that clinic for a long time. And the clinic I work at now is not even on here technically, and we have one of the most comprehensive dry eye clinics that I've ever seen, next to Laura Perriman's in Seattle. Now, outside of doing this research on your own, using these different search engines, it may be difficult to still find somebody in your area, like somebody that you connect with and have a good experience with. So I do encourage you, let us know in the comments section if you have dry eye, and if you found a dry eye specialist near you. Share maybe who that doctor is, where you're from, so that at least other people can connect with you and maybe get other ideas. And then ultimately, if you know somebody who also has dry eye and you think they would benefit from this video, definitely go ahead and share this with them. Because again, as I've learned, finding a dry eye specialist is pretty challenging. Now, as far as a dry eye evaluation goes, there is a very wide range of different diagnostics that we'll use in the eye clinic to figure out different types of dry eye somebody may be having, as well as what treatments may work best for somebody. And I do have a video coming out soon on our dry eye evaluation at our clinic, just to show people what it is we're thinking about from a doctor's standpoint, as well as what you can expect having a dry eye evaluation. So to check out that specific video and learn more about different dry eye treatments that are available, check out our other videos in our series by clicking or tapping the screen up over here. Otherwise, again, thank you so much for joining us. Again, Dr. Allen here from the Dr. IL Show. Keep an eye on it, and we'll see you in the next one.